Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have for you a what I eat in a day video, as well as a little sit down discussion about intermittent fasting. But first we're gonna get started with breakfast, so let's get into the video. So I'm having lunch and I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit about intermittent fasting, what it is, why I'm doing it, what are benefits of it, I guess, and my experience so far with it. I've only been intermittent fasting for about a month or so, maybe a little bit over a month, a little bit less, about a month. So intermittent fasting is not a diet. I don't believe in dieting. I don't think it works. I think that dieting is a way of restricting your food and not actually enjoying what you're eating. I don't think dieting is very sustainable for most people. To cut out a bunch of foods and only eat certain things for a long period of time is not very enjoyable for a lot of people. I also feel like diets bring on a lot of guilt. If you mess up, it's all of a sudden you're a failure. So I don't diet. Intermittent fasting is not a diet, it's more so a pattern of eating. So you're not going to be changing what you're eating, you're just going to be changing when you're eating it. So if you are someone that enjoys having 3 meals a day, you're still going to have those 3 meals. They can be the exact same meals, the exact same size, nothing can change. Nothing has to change about them. The only thing that will be changing is the window of time in which you will be eating those foods. The most common intermittent fasting pattern is a 16 to 8. Basically the 16 to 8 pattern, for 16 hours of the day, you'll be fasting, which means you won't be having your meals within that 16-hour window. For the last 8 hours of the day, or the next 8 hours of the day, you'll be having your meals. So you'll have breakfast, lunch, dinner, lunch and dinner, a snack, whatever you consider your number of meals. You'll be having that within an 8-hour window, or whatever time works best for you. I have about a 9 to 10 hour eating window, not because I want more time to eat, but because the way my schedule works with school on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, it's a little difficult to get in the 8 hours and still have time for everything else. My eating window is from about 11 o'clock in the morning to around 8 or 9 in the evening. I try and do 7 or 8, but sometimes it just doesn't happen, and that's fine. I have a class that goes until 7:30 on Thursday, so obviously I'm not having dinner until around 8:30, 8 or 8:30. But that's what works for me, so of course do whatever works best for your schedule. Some of the benefits of intermittent fasting are if you're someone who is trying to get lean but still maintain your muscle mass, it's very good for that, but it's also really good for fat loss. The fat loss is probably one of the most common reasons why people take up intermittent fasting, but for myself, it's that as well as just convenience of schedule. I would prefer to not eat super late at night, so having kind of a window of time that stops me from eating at 10 or 11 or 12, it's very helpful. Many people who have tried intermittent fasting have found it to be really easy and have seemed to be pretty successful on it. And I think this kind of comes down to the fact that it's not super difficult. It's not a really big change in behavior. It's not cutting out a bunch of foods that you enjoy. It's not, you know, swapping out white rice for brown rice type of thing. It's literally eating anything that you would normally eat, but just changing the time in which you eat it. So it's so easy that most people will try it and can usually stick to it. For the most part, my experience with it, I've only been doing it for a month, like I said before, has been really good. There have been a couple days that I've gone a little past my eating window in terms of dinner, and there have been times where I've eaten at 10 o'clock instead of 11 o'clock because I've been hungry. And usually that comes down to the fact that I didn't eat a large enough dinner the night before, or I stayed up really late the night before and didn't have anything to eat during that time. So if I have my last meal at 8:30, and it's a weekend, for example, or a day that I don't have to wake up very early, and I don't go to bed until 1 o'clock. Throughout that entire time, usually I'm gonna get a little hungry because it's the late night, you know, midnight snack time, or I'm gonna be bored and just up and I'm gonna wanna just have something to snack on. But if I choose not to do that, my body is in this fasted state while I'm wide awake, and when I do go to sleep, I wake up so hungry. So intermittent fasting has also helped me to maintain a little bit better of a sleep schedule because I don't want to have these midnight cravings, and I also don't want to wake up in the morning really, really hungry. So it's kind of forced me in a way to make sure I'm at least in bed at a reasonable time and I have plans on going to sleep and I don't stay up super late. Of course, it doesn't always happen, but for the most part, it has been a pretty consistently good flow of going to bed on time, getting my meals in the right amount of time, and actually feeling full. So I am working out from home today, so I figured I would start on dinner while I'm working out so that by the time I'm done, the food will mostly be ready. So tonight I'm gonna have acorn squash, and I think I'm gonna do like a stuffed acorn squash. So I'm probably gonna stuff it with some quinoa, maybe some sweet peppers. I have some zucchini that might be nice, you know, smally diced up and stuff inside. So I might do that. So I have a, I guess, small, medium size. I don't know how to judge acorn squash. But I have acorn squash about the size of my palm. I drizzled a little olive oil on there. And I'm probably just going to season it with some salt and pepper. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.